Good evening, this is Pamela Pesky. It is 5:31 p.m. and I call to order the meeting of the South Potomac Grand Jury. I have a motion to open the meeting. All in favor of open the meeting? 5-0. I would like to start this meeting by reading something that Principal Trammell sent out this past week. And then ask for a moment of silence in honor of. Do I have to start writing the pledge first, though? Okay, let's pledge first. Thank you.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Work for Pat, keeping me on track. Okay, so I'd like to read this from Mr. Trammell. This past weekend, the SRS community lost former teacher, Mr. Jim Ash, due to his courageous battle with cancer. Mr. Ash was diagnosed just shortly after his retirement from SRS in 2020. His family has been with him during this time. He has 3 children, TJ, Joey, and Trisha, a 4-year-old grandson, and his wife, Kim. If you knew Mr. Ash, he was the rock of his family. He was a dedicated husband, father, and grandfather. I think Mr. Ash will be remembered by his students and staff alike for his generosity and kindness, a true gentleman. Mr. Ash always covered their lunch, ate in the cafeteria with the students, and always had a couple of dollars for a student to get lunch. He was instrumental in setting up the auditorium for ceremonies and a cornerstone to the graduation ceremony going off without a hitch. He would be the first person students and colleagues went to for a flat tire, a battery jump, or keys locked in the car. He was always willing to help with a smile on his face. He was beloved by many connected to SRS. So at this time, I would like to take a moment of silence for Mr. James Ash. Thank you.
Mrs. Betchy, sorry to interrupt, but I'm trying to see if we can ask Mr. Presnell if he can hear us.
Okay.
Steve, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Maybe we can't hear him.
Can you hear me?
We can't hear Steve.
Friends, we need Mr. Ash.
Yeah.
Now.
Can't hear us, we can't hear him.
Can I hear you?
No. Can you turn that down, please, or off? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yes, fine.
Okay, we're good. All right, so it is now time for the secretary's report. I will entertain a motion to accept the meeting minutes for the October 4th, 2022 school committee meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Does anybody have any questions or comments about the meeting minutes?
No.
Show of hands. There. 5-0. And I believe that warrants are circulating. Has anyone not signed the warrants?
They are complete.
Excellent. Correspondence, Superintendent Willard, do you have any correspondence for us at this time?
I do not.
Okay. It is now time for our first public comment. If anyone would like to make a public comment, please first state your name and address for the record. All right, that's you, Martha. Advisory report.
So I actually do have a lot to report today.
Great.
I'll try and make it quick, but faster. I'm not sure if this was mentioned at the last meeting, but we did start a new tradition for the seniors, the senior sunrise. So we all met in the parking lot and watched the sunrise together, and there was donuts and stuff. It was fun. And then over the weekend, a group of NHS volunteers with Wreaths Across America were fundraising at the Dunkin' Donuts in Westfield across from Home Depot. And so Wreaths Across America puts wreaths on the graves of veterans at the Agawam Memorial Cemetery, and the group raised a total of $1,000 that weekend. And so with their other fundraiser, they've raised $2,000 in total. And then the field hockey team also raised money throughout the month of October for breast cancer research. And by the end of October, they reached their fundraising goal of $1,000 and $1,046.65. The volleyball team played their final game last Wednesday in Hopedale, Mass, and they finished 16th in the state. The girls soccer team played Pope Francis in the Western Mass finals, and they finished as a runner-up. And then they played on the 7th in Lunenburg, Mass, in the state tournament, and their season came to an end. Over the weekend, cross country competed in a qualifying race for states, and they are sending 14 total athletes, 7 from each team, to compete this Saturday in the state race. Mr. Pescatelli was nominated for Assistant Principal of the Year. Congratulations. And so the drama club will also be putting on a performance of Clue High School Edition, and the play will run Thursday, November 17th to Saturday, November 19th. Over the weekend, the Southwick Marching Band marched in the Veterans Day Parade. And last Wednesday, the 9th, was the NHS induction, which they welcomed 19 new members. And the NHS Seniors Helping Seniors program is starting this weekend, where a group of NHS members will be going around to the houses of elderly around town, picking up leaves and doing that. And then the annual holiday toy drive ran by NHS started this week, and we're doing signups online. So I think it's posted on the school website. But that's all I have.
Thank you. Okay, educational presentation.
So I start today. I would just like to introduce formally Clay Connor. He is our new Director of Finance and Operations. He's a familiar face to many on the school committee. And he will be taking over Steve Presnall's position in our district when he retires the day before Thanksgiving. So we just want to welcome Clay, and he will be a familiar face to all of you, and he'll be at our meetings just like Steve has been in the past.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
We're thrilled to have you.
Yes.
All right, next up is Mr. Pescatelli.
If you stand up here, you'll be on camera.
Great, you do that. Normally, if you're my on screen, all right, there we go.
Thanks.
Thank you everyone for having me here. I'm going to take this opportunity this evening to present the certificate of recognition to Marissa Coviello for the Heisman High School Scholarship. Just a very brief summary from the application. I just want to kind of highlight for everyone. It will speak to how proud everyone really should be of Marissa and how proud she should be of herself. The Heisman continues a 28-year tradition of honoring high school seniors who accomplished tremendous feats in the classroom, on the field, and most importantly, within their communities. The scholarship recognizes and rewards both male and female high school athletes who are community-minded and driven to their exceptional talents for the benefit of all. Marissa has received this award recognition for the state of Massachusetts, as she has been selected as one of 2 winners from the Commonwealth. State winners receive a $1,000 scholarship and also, of course, recognition. Marissa is deserving of this award and recognition that comes with it, as she has been a positive, respectful, and active member of our school community, a leader of the field hockey team, member of NHS, volunteering with Seniors Helping Seniors, member of student council, and president of class of 2023. And let's not forget, student representative of school committee. And that's just to name a few of her deep involvement and love for Southwick, just Southwick community as a whole, but Southwick regional community. In the classroom, Marissa is a stellar student, has demonstrated academic high levels, of academic achievement with a 4.3 GPA. It is my honor and privilege to recognize Marissa Coviello with this certificate for the Heisman High School Scholarship.
Good job. Thanks, Dad. Thanks.
I'm up next. So yes, so the next, congratulations, Marissa, we're very,
Thank
very much deserving. The next is our school nutrition director, Matt Littlebridge.
Yeah, you can,
Want me to come over here?
Come on,
All
get on
right,
camera.
fine.
or sit at the table.
We're sitting
Oh,
at the table.
yeah.
Next to Michelle.
All right.
I'll move over there and then this will
Oh,
be
you can sit
open.
right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's sit here.
Yeah.
I'm just really
Yeah.
tall and standing is weird. We figured you were gonna bring some trees. Sorry, I had to go home and drop off my kids. We carpool. And went back and forth to my house twice today. So you have a lovely packet. It's hopefully, right? Did I have a lovely packet? Yeah, okay, good. So it's 6 pages, peruse it, or 5 pages, peruse on your own. Now is not the time for that. In short, we'd like to pilot a program to feed the kids at St. Mary's. They lost their food service program. We've been studying this for about 3 months now, and pretty much it looks to be pretty profitable for us, including all possible expenses like gas and food costs and everything like that. We would just be a pilot program from December or January until June. We would have a formalized legal contract drawn up by the legal department or by our lawyer, so that we would get out of it if we needed to. It would be totally like a trial basis, because we also don't know if free meals are going to continue. But while they are, it could be profitable for us. It supports our mission of feeding kids. And really a good thing all around. Right now, we actually are fully staffed, which is an insane thing to say for a school nutrition department. And and that is partially because St. Mary's parents have come to work for our school district in order to support us, in order to support them. And I want to say that because they're really become a part of our team and they're really awesome workers, but they're also doing it in the hopes that we're going to go reach back and start feeding their kids. And it's something we can totally do now that we are fully staffed and we have the technology to support that. But we really want your blessing, if you will, because of course I have to go actually talk to the parents there.
How does it actually work? Do you make the food here and then
So-
bring it?
Yeah, so well, how it works is we have we have a hot meal and we do a salad meal and a yogurt cereal meal. So the salad and the cereal meal will be made in the schools here and get shipped there, and then the frozen food will be delivered there direct. We have a kitchen manager at Powder Mill that we're getting trained for this, and she's going to be basically go over there and be our person, plus Wendy and I will actually be backing her up. And it'll also let us like promote someone else from internally to give them experience to have a backup for that manager position.
What happens on days that like we're closed, but they're not?
We are going to be making, I don't know if you've seen the packaged food
I
we've been putting out,
Oh.
cool, right? So we have a
Sometimes.
packaging machine that we use to make our salads and our yogurts. And one of the things we have with that is a packaging that's made for hot lunches. So we can we're basically already doing this, is we're producing macaroni and cheese and things like that and putting it into an ovenable container, sealing them and freezing them. So we're going to have at least 150 or so lunches frozen in their freezer sitting there. So if there's a snow day that we're closed and they're not, our worker can just go over there and stick it in the oven and fire it off. Good question. We've been
That
trying to think of
probably
like every
happens a lot.
possible, well, yeah, because Westfield doesn't seem to close as often as we do,
Right.
but if they close, we're definitely closed, so.
So is that for Capen as well? Is that for Capen as well?
No, it's just a fork.
Okay.
No, this is my lunch today after,
Unforgettable.
so it's,
And so I assume that, after this pilot period, you would then be evaluating and making your decision as to whether to continue
Right.
to forward.
Yeah, we really wanna, I mean, we're gonna. The principal and I are already in constant contact and are just basically to continue having like weekly or monthly and then hopefully quarterly check-ins.
Mhm.
If it's beneficial to all of us,
Mhm.
then we'll make it, but it'll still be a year-to-year basis, because I just don't know what's gonna happen. Hopefully, the free meals that we're having will become a law and then we'll just stop having to worry about this.
Okay.
But until that happens, we'd rather really, and I'm hoping, we're gonna get, like I said, the lawyers help to write up a really clear contract of what it is we want to do and what we don't want to do and we want them to do.
So, does anybody else have any questions?
Not.
All right, well, thank you all.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good one. Wonderful opportunity. Okay, so there are no policies on the agenda tonight, so we now will move on to action items.
Move to approve the Woodland School Site Strategic Plan for the 22-23 school year recommended.
So, second. All right, any questions or comments? Show hands to accept the Woodland School strategic plan. Okay, this passes 5-0.
Move to approve the Powder Mill School Site Strategic Plan for the 22-23 school year recommended.
So moved.
Second.
Comments? Show hands. 5-0.
Move to approve the following fundraisers for the 22-23 school year. Southwick Regional School Girls Basketball Snap Raise, Ice Hockey Snap Raise, NHS Volleyball Tournament, Class of 2024 Holiday Candygrams, Class of 2026 Valentine's Day Candygrams, and Boys Basketball Winter Hat Sale recommended.
Questions or comments?
Yeah, I'm just gonna comment. So this snap raise, we started this last year in hockey. Our goal was 5,000. We made 5,000 in like a week. And then we raised it to 10, we made 10, then 15. We ended up making like 16.5.
How does it work? How do you?
Yeah, what
So
is
it's
it?
so it's a website, like you get an invite through an email and you click on the link, and then if your child is participating in it, they get credit for the most amount of money donated under their name, and then they would get like, let's just say a sweatshirt or something on behalf of with the highest amount of money donated under his or her name. But then it in turn goes to the team itself. And that team outside of the school can use that money for anything they want to offset any sort of cost. Like we used it for, like when we played outside of our district, we played in Gardner, we rented it like a great out one, like a nice bus. And we bought the kids nice shirts, and outfitted them with food, and just kind of went over and above to make the experience better. So you can use it however you want. Let's just say kids can't afford the cost, we can reimburse that way too, so.
So were the funds collected online via?
Yeah,
this
so there, yeah,
website?
so there's a like a bank account created. And it's all non-for-profit, and it goes into that general fund for the team. It's kind of a fun way to like compete, to try to get the most people, like, hey grandma, give me $100.
All right, show hands on this one. Okay, fundraiser approved, 5-0.
Move to approve home education plans HS 22-23-52 through HS 22-23-60 recommended.
So moved. Second. Any questions or comments on this? Show of hands. 5-0.
Be it resolved that the Southwick Holling Granville Regional School District hereby extends its congratulations to Stephen Presnall in recognition of 11 years of finance and operations excellence. We hereby convey our sincere appreciation for your valuable effort, dedicated service, and assistance rendered, which has enhanced the image of the Southwick Town and Granville Regional School, and a record of these resolutions shall be permanently entered into the minutes of this school district. Recommended.
So
Second.
Steve, I just want to say thank you and best of luck. We will certainly miss you.
Likewise, congrats, Steve.
Thank you, folks. I really appreciate the district supporting me over the years. It's been an honor and privilege to work on behalf of the citizens of Southwick, Tolland, and Granville. I think we've accomplished some great things over these last 10, 12 years. And I think the district has a lot to look forward to and is in good hands with the new team coming on board.
I concur. Thank you for all of your extremely hardworking contributions to making this district run the way it does. Okay, so I guess we have to approve this resolution, so I'll take a show of hands. All right, goodbye, Steve, 500. Okay, superintendent.
So I have started doing my listening sessions on our district strategic plan on the mission and the core values. Last night, I went to the CPAC meeting where we received feedback from our parents and students with special needs stakeholder group. Because what I'm trying to do is go to various stakeholders and get specific feedback to make sure that we're having all the voices heard in our district strategic plan. On December 5th, through Amy's massive work behind the scenes, we're holding a listening session at the library for all of our ELL families, which means we've done a lot of translating behind the scenes, making sure that our families are getting it, and we have our translators there for them. So it's a lot of work to just do that one listening session. On December 6th, before our school committee meeting, we will be holding a listening session in Granville. And on December 15th, we are going to Springfield to the Mason Square Library because we have a lot of students who are part of our MECO program who we want to go to them instead of having them always come to us because a lot of times our parents work during the day. So we're going to be going there and we're going to have some other listening sessions that are going to be easier to schedule because they're just here in town and they're just kind of like stop in and they're for all other stakeholders in our district to come, and we'll do some teacher ones and some student ones as well.
And how are you getting the word out about these listening sessions?
It's a great question. So with the CPAC, we put it on the agenda and we're going to be putting it on our s'mores and we really just finalized them. I hate to say really finalized them because we were waiting to see when my daughter was having her baby. We didn't want to finalize things because she's due the week of December 5th. So Amy's going to be working on getting it out and communicating it to the families.
You have something scheduled for the 6th.
She's having her baby soon.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Just found out.
So December 6th, is that?
I was gonna say,
that
you
we
don't
have
always
these
know when
in
they're-
Granville, right? Like,
Yeah.
we have, so that
Amy's worked with.
Say we're going to Granville?
Yeah, so our regular school committee meeting is taking place in Granville that night.
Yeah.
And then what time is the listening session? Do we have a time set for that yet?
I go where my calendar tells me, right? Yeah.
Probably 4.
I was just
Okay,
gonna say, I
4.
guess probably 4.
Mhm.
And if there's anything that you need me to do to kind of help get the word out on, let me know. So next up, we have Director of Finance and Operations. Steve, are you presenting anything to us tonight?
I don't have a report. I don't know if Clay has anything that he wants to add to the meeting.
We did submit the end of the year report today. And that's all I have. That's that state.
That's big.
Yeah, yes.
Well, congratulations. There you go. Coming with a bang, right?
Thank you.
All right.
They did all the heavy lifting.
They really worked hard to get that done.
That's good. Okay, so it is now time for subcommittees and liaisons. So I'm just gonna super quick run down the list. Stop me if you have anything. Negotiations,
Nothing,
finance,
nothing.
LPVEC,
Meeting tomorrow.
policy, we just met and we are continuing our work with Liz. We've gotten through section A and we're now moving on to section B, so we're making good progress. Buildings and grounds,
Nothing.
No.
IoT,
Last one was canceled.
okay, that's correct. Wellness,
I could
We did have a meeting.
Okay.
And, the director's not here. He outlined the whole plan and everything else. Did a very nice job on that.
and is Matt Littlebranch the one that is, okay, excellent, good, okay. Technology, I know that, we're working on scheduling one soon. Capital Committee,
Nothing.
Master Plan,
We have a meeting on Thursday.
all right. Athletics Liaison, I know that's Steve, or Rob, so I'm not sure about that one. And Legislative Liaison, did Rob also attend? So he could update us next time on that.
Right.
Okay. Excellent.
I had COVID. Maybe I'm going.
That's what he said.
Better, right? Safe. I like it.
We're afraid you're gonna get it.
So it is now time for our second public comment. If anyone would like to make a public comment, please state your name and address for the record.
Anything? No? We're all looking at you.
All right, committee discussion. So under old business, just a reminder to everybody that we do have a budget roundtable meeting on November 22nd. I believe that's next week, correct?
Yes.
At 5:30. Amy, I know that you sent out information. Was that an RSVP thing? Do you have a sense of who's coming?
No.
Or we just know when they get there?
We just usually when they get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. New business. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that our December 6th meeting is in Granville at the town hall in Granville. Anything else for committee discussion? All right, I will now entertain a motion to adjourn. All right, I have to take a roll call vote on this one, so Ted,
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
Pat,
Yes.
and I,
You missed
yes.
Erica.
Oh, Erica. sorry.
Yes.
Erica. Okay, we are now adjourned.